What's up, guys? Thank you all for tuning in to a new arena of the Self-Actualized Man channel, something I'd like to call igniting the fire within. I believe all of us have deep within our heart an eternal flame, and this flame is burning. Now, it may be a raging flame, it may be smoldering embers, or merely dim, but I know, because you're joining me right here, right now on the Self-Actualized Man, that our fire isn't stamped out quite yet. And gentlemen, this eternal fire is waiting for us to feed it, to reignite it, to make it come alive. It wants to shine brightly, so bright it casts out all darkness. In this arena of the Self-Actualized Man, we're going to explore how to enkindle that immortal fire that is deep within our heart and soul. Not only are we here to create a space at the Self-Actualized Man to discuss the deeper struggles men are facing that are squelching our flame and preventing us from living up to our highest potential, we'll also delve into what men need to feed our fires, to set ablaze the masculine spirit within ourselves and with others to help make men great again. I look forward to working with each and every one of you to help us discover how we can bring forth our greatest potentials, talents, personalities, and abilities with an unwavering courage, faith, and determination to transform our lives, our relationships, and society. So today on the premiere episode of Igniting the Fire Within, we're going to traverse the existential question many men have asked, myself included: what does it mean to be a man? So instead of discussing different philosophical principles, personality characteristics, or cultural roles about masculinity, we're going to delve into this complex question from a different perspective. The perspective of where men derive their sense of masculine identity from. For starters, men need a positive and strong masculine identity. Powerful and inspirational role models many boys aspired to be and looked up to throughout their childhood have been gradually erased from collective psyche. And this is critically wounding the self-identity of many countless men. We no longer see strong fathers or husbands or male leaders on television or in the media, but instead we see these roles being replaced by bumbling fools or weak-willed manginas or violent thugs, leaving many men to believe they are incapable of parenting their selfish and uncharitable children, being a strong husband to a loving wife, or we are simply a immature man-child who cannot grow up. So when boys and men are continually bombarded with all of these negative, degrading, and shameful messages about what it means to be a man, and when women, other men, culture, the legal system, politicians, and the media continually spew and reinforce these absolutely destructive messages, it's no wonder many men are simply checking out of marriage, society, work, and life. I mean, think about it. We're pretty logical, and why would we want to participate in a system or a society that devalues us, that no longer sees us as a valuable contributor to relationships, to the work, to society? So, where do boys first learn what it means to be a man? So boys begin to really start forming their masculine identity around 8 or 9 years old, and this is mainly through their relationship to their father. Today, unfortunately, we live in a society where over 33% or 24 million American children are living without their biological father present in the home. And this is having an unquestionably devastating effect on the self-identity of men and women today. Many more sons whose father is even present in the home may have emotionally absent or disengaged fathers. These are fathers who have little interest in the lives of their children, in teaching their sons how to become self-reliant, how to face their fears and overcome difficulties. how to be a formidable man in relationship with a woman, and essentially we don't have fathers that are teaching their sons what it means to be a man. I strongly believe the epidemic of fatherlessness in the lives of boys and girls is consequently causing many ills infecting society today, leaving many men tragically lost, confused, hopeless, and destroyed. Men also create their sense of self and are at their best when they are working in the service of others. This could be areas like construction, so we're building buildings to help people live or run businesses or whatever it may be. Technology, so we're inventing technological innovations to better society. Military and law enforcement, protecting the homeland, protecting communities. Science, scientific discovery, scientific technologies that are helping human health and wellness. Or religion. But we're also at our best when we are working in the service of women. Now, I don't want this to come off as, men putting women on pedestals and not having, asserting our own rights and needs in relationships and in society. I'm saying this is more from the perspective of that we are at our best when we are in societal roles that women are either unable to perform or that they're simply not socially expected to perform. It is in these various social, cultural, occupational, political, and familial roles that men have a natural tendency to form hierarchies. And it is through these hierarchies that a brotherhood, a bond thicker than blood, is formed. So not only do these interdependent relationships amongst men just help functional social dynamics, but they also help businesses, countries run smoothly. They also play an essential role in a man's self-identity. So the modern man is presently facing a two-pronged threat to his masculine identity. The first is the erosion of traditionally masculine roles and spaces. The second is the distortion and the inversion of the archetypal masculine and feminine. So there's a desperate need for a recreation of male spaces and masculine rites of passage. These are places where men join with other men with common and sometimes different values, principles, morals, and beliefs. And we come to these places to exchange ideas, strategies, tips, knowledge, and wisdom. And this can be stuff on how to build a business or how to build a podcast. This could also be tips on how to talk to women, or how to make more money. Or this can also be places on how to parent children. What are good strategies for parenting children? How do you manage a marriage? And we also need these places to test our courage, our intellect, volition, and skills in both team-based and direct competition with other men in a wide variety of different arenas. These spaces and rites of passage are absolutely sacred and essential for assisting men in answering fundamental questions that are burning deep within his heart. And I want to know from you guys if these questions also burn in your heart. Am I a man? And do I have what it takes? Men simply cannot fathom or recognize beyond a shadow of a doubt who he is as a man, his true power and potential, or what he is capable of becoming without these spaces, without these essential roles where he's of service to society, to women, to his community, to his children, and without these sacred rites of passage. I can't tell you guys what it means to be a man or who you are as a man. I can't, because these answers cannot come from me or anybody else. They must come from you. They must come from deep within your heart and soul. Only you can define yourself. Do not let anybody else define who you are. And like you, I too am searching for the answers to these questions. I also want to know deep in the heart of hearts, do I have what it takes? You know, do I have what it takes to create a family, to provide for a family, to protect my family, to protect myself, to build my empire? Do I have what it takes to walk on the path to fulfill my dreams? You know, these are questions I think of a lot. And I think part of it is because, you know, we as men, in one sense, have seen a erosion of these masculine roles and rites of passage that these were essential for helping men answer these fundamental questions. So I encourage you guys to just take a moment to reflect on what does it mean to be a man to you. You know, and some things that may help to frame this reflection would be to look at, what did you learn about masculinity growing up? Who were your role models? Was your father present in the home? And if not, how did that affect you? What do you seek most in life? What do you want to achieve before you die? And also, sometimes past wounds to our masculine heart that were traumatic, devastating, chaotic, or terrifying can severely affect our self-esteem, our sense of safety, self-confidence, and self-identity, leaving us to feel anxious, depressed, hopeless, angry, and apathetic as a response. So as a professional counselor, I always encourage people to seek therapy when they're feeling really stuck, or when they are struggling with deeper-seated issues or traumas. So definitely get therapy if this is something that you are really, really struggling with. But also, you can check out my episode on Maslow's Hierarchies of Needs Part 1 in the description below, on how unmet needs of safety, security, love, and belonging really affect our lives, our relationships, and our masculine identities. So thanks again, guys, for tuning in and lending me your ears for another episode of the Self-Actualized Man. I look forward to continuing this journey with y'all and building the Self-Actualized Man channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, I always appreciate any and all feedback, questions, comments, and concerns, so feel free to leave a comment below. Or if you would like to send me a private email message at the selfactualizedman360@gmail.com, I'm more than willing to receive them there. Also, check out our Facebook community of like-minded men who are willing to step into the arena to maximize their potential and optimize their lifestyles at the Self-Actualized Man. Brothers, keep feeding the fire within your heart and soul. I know it's in there. I know it wants to come alive. Until we meet next time, peace.